listen.
Prove it tonight.
That's number one.
You drive me nuts. You're talking junk.
Must be on drugs. Number two.
Take notes. I'm about to educate you.
What? That's impossible. I said zip it.
Enough is enough.
Number two.
Stop.
I told you
What
LeBron's going to do. So disrespectful. Disrespectful.
have no reason to be so disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
To the league MVP.
So disrespectful. Disrespectful.
To the mayor of South Beach.
Disrespectful. 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 This man can defend. Average 32 and 10. Love Rick. Just stop. What?
Don't play yourself scared.
Nice. So disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Have no reason to be so
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
to the league.
MVP. So disrespectful. Disrespectful. So use your respect. Don't be disrespectful. Disrespectful. You ain't making any sense. Congrats. I actually like that. I actually like that a lot. I mean, I wish there was a bit more threes up in there. Threes up in there, you know what I'm saying? But I'll take whatever I can get, y'all. Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show right here. The new NBA 2K25 game was released this week. So I had to get into it with the man who is the face of 2K. He's got more than 1 million followers on social media. Of course, we all love him. We all listen to him. We all hear him. We all see his ratings and his rankings and all of that other stuff. So who better to welcome to the show than the one and only Ronnie2K himself? What's going on, big time? How you doing? How's everything?
What's up, Stephen A? I'm so happy to be here. And look, I want to get a highlight reel like that. That was sick.
I think it was. I just think that it would have been more realistic if you showed me draining threes, because I think I could do that with a little practice. I just need to get warmed up. I don't need to be thrown on a bed. I don't need to be thrown on a court with no warm up and a suit and tie like James Harden made me do years ago. Give me a few minutes to warm up and I could do some things. But outside of that, I liked it. What did you think about the video? What made you come up with that? What's up?
I mean, just dunking on fools, the 32 and 10, the whole thing. It was what a package. It was amazing. Hey, Stephen A, I don't know if you remember this, but like, you were my first celebrity game coach, and we had like
I remember.
We had that chemistry going. It was great.
We talked about it. You didn't do so bad. You didn't do so bad. I was pretty pissed off at my team, all right, for a little bit. But I digress. I'm not gonna summon bad memories and stuff like that, because I want to focus on you right now. Okay, the new edition of NBA 2K25 was released this week. I want to know, because the ratings are interesting. How do you come up with these ratings and these rankings? How do you do it?
Yeah, so there's 30 some odd mini attributes. Some of them are obviously based on the court performance, you know, like inside shot, free throw percentage. All of that can be pretty easily translated. Then there's some stuff that's obviously off the court, like awareness, IQ, things that are a little bit less tangible. That's thrown into a formula and it spits out a number. And I'll tell you, Stephen A, that number has made a lot of people happy, unhappy. It's a full bag of emotions every time that we release the ratings.
Well, who's approached you? What player has approached you and was like, "Yo, bro, I don't appreciate what the hell you just did, having me ranked that low"? Who's done that with you?
I mean, it happens all the time. You know what's funny? This year, it was Giannis, and I was kind of surprised. I was like, "You're 97. You're getting married this week. What's going on? Like, you're the third highest rated player in NBA 2K25. You should feel pretty good about that." But you know, if I could get his mind off of his wedding for a few days, if he needed that distraction, I got married too, so I know how that is. You know, whatever feels you, big man. It's really amazing that like that caliber player, surefire Hall of Famer, is diverting his attention from his marriage to his 97 NBA 2K25 rating. It's crazy.
Well, see, the reason why I like, because I love Giannis and I know he's a superstar and I know he's a very impactful player. The flip side to that, however, he does have trouble with his free throw shooting. He has a limited perimeter shot. And I think those two components should prevent you from being a 97, which is your highest ranked score. So how can he be tied with Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic for the highest score in your ranking when he's got those two liabilities to his game, Ronnie2K?
I will say that he's probably the best defensive player of the three. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes,
Stephen
easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't think that's a conversation. So you have three very different players at that top level, and three international guys, which is amazing. You know, like how amazing is that for the NBA? But three different games, right? Like they score in different ways. Giannis is just so deadly near the rim. Obviously, extending the game, not so much, or not as much as the other guys. And, the way that Jokic does everything, especially on the offensive end, he's a magician with the ball. And then Luka, I mean, the way that guy scores, his playoff run was incredible. I know he was a little bit hurt, and he still was the best player in the playoffs. It's really remarkable. Mm-hmm. Those three guys are definitely deserving, and you could have a conversation about any of those three as the top guy.
Yeah, but we are having a conversation, Ronnie, because you're talking to me. I'm not you with 2K, but this is Stephen A. you talking to right here, okay?
Right,
so let's bring up Luka. Let's bring up Luka. Let's bring up Luka. I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get in that in a minute. Let's get some suspense here. But let me get to Luka. Love Luka. Luka's a superstar in this game. I know you know the game extremely well. So pace of play and how that could do something for you, but that can inhibit the success of those around you, have to come into play. I know years ago it came into play with James Harden. So if that's the case, how come that's not coming into play with Luka, and you got him tied for the highest score at 97 with Jokic and Giannis?
Okay, so your issue is with Luka. So the interesting thing about that is James Harden was ranked very, very high for a long time. He actually had a massive drop-off in the rating for the first time in years, and he was pretty upset. Reporters asked him about it, and he was like, I don't care, but you could see in his eyes he was upset. Luka, obviously, the pace of play, does he hold the ball a little too much? Maybe, but that individual rating,
maybe.
Okay, fine.
Maybe. Okay. He does.
That individual rating, that's all that matters. The guy is absolutely amazing with the basketball in his hands. And yes, he holds the ball too much. You're right, Stephen A. But what he did for that team, I think it's warranted. Those three guys are
okay. Well, let me ask.
Top of the mountain.
Well, let me throw this at you. Since you bringing up the ball in his hands and how amazing he is with the ball in his hands and stuff. Well, he's got a teammate that's amazing with the basketball in his hands, and Kyrie Irving. Man, where you got him at? 15th or something? What is this right here? I'm like, come on, man. Kyrie Irving.
A 92.
A 92. A 92 is a nice break. Well, damn it, you went to the WNBA and you gave Caitlin Clark a 91 for crying out loud. You gave Kyrie Irving could get a 92. Let's understand that, okay? But I'm just saying, Kyrie Irving is exceptional with the ball in his hands. How come you don't have him higher?
That guy does everything. I think that Kyrie was kind of hurt a little bit by sample size. I mean, this is no surprise to you, Stephen A. Like, he kind of disappeared in Boston. And I think that, like, moving over, he's kind of had a rejuvenation, but, like, maybe it's still a little work in progress, Like, I feel like that's a candidate to get to the mid-90s by the end of the season, assuming that he can have duplicated success, stay happy. I mean, a happy Kyrie Irving is one of the best players in the NBA, undoubtedly. So
That's true.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see a real full season of a happy Kyrie Irving and try to get back to the Western Conference.
All right, I got specific questions here. When did you come out with this list?
We announced it about a month and a half ago, right after Summer League.
All right, right after Summer League, right? So the season completed, finals completed, then they had Summer League play before the Olympics, though, right? Before the Olympics, though, right?
Yep.
So we know you got Jason Tatum, top 8 before the Olympics. Where the hell you have him after?
I knew you were going to be fired up about Jason.
Come on,
he's
man.
Our cover guy. I can't go after our cover guy like that. He has supported our launch. He's been an incredible partner. He had a very, very talked about. I mean, look, what a cover guy to pick to have somebody talked about as much as Jason has been this summer, for good and for bad. I'm excited. I think that he's going to have a big chip on his shoulder. I've seen what you've been saying, Stephen A., but I think he's going to respond. I think he's going to have a monster season.
Ronnie2K, I got news for you, bro. I'm not getting on Jason Tatum. I think he got screwed over by Steve Kerr. I was very upset at Steve Kerr. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I don't know. I want to know. I'm going to jump off of this for a second here and just talk pure basketball with you. Ronnie, I really had a problem. It wasn't even that he played limited minutes. 2 issues I had with him. One was that you couldn't find a second for him in not one but 2 games. And one of them was against Serbia, who you beat by 26. The other was, how in the hell are you a championship coach and you have a reigning NBA champion who's a all NBA all first team 3 years in a row, the last 3 years, and you tell him before the game you don't think you're going to be able to find time for him? See, people missing that, Ronnie. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
How you going to say that? Ain't that crazy?
Unbelievable. The guy just won a championship. You know he's ready to play for his country. I mean, he could have just taken the summer off, and just rode the SI cover, the 2K cover, and had a great summer with Deuce. To go all the way to Paris and have 2 games where he's sitting on the bench, and it looks bad. I mean, I fell for him. He's a good friend of mine. That's rough. We kind of put the cherry on top because he's got the same rating as LeBron and Steph. So that conversation continues through our game because he's like, oh, I've got the same rating as the older guys, right? It's unbelievable.
And listen, I'm a fan of Steve Kerr. I think Steve Kerr is a phenomenal coach. I think he was the only one that shouldn't be allowed to celebrate the gold medal. I think what he did to Jason Tatum was egregious. To sit up there and say that I couldn't tell him before the game, I don't know if I can find time for you. If I was Jason Tatum, I'd never want to see the man again unless I was going against his team and I'd be ready to kick their ass. So we got to watch. So we got to. Let me tell you something. But he will see him when they go up against Golden State next season. I hope he drops 60 on Steve Kerr. I really do. Let me ask you this. You got LeBron James at 95. Now, the man is approaching 40. Doesn't he deserve a higher score than 95?
Yeah, I mean, the sample size obviously is unmatchable. 21 seasons as the king. It's tough because at some point we have to kind of project that the game's going to take a little hit. Look, a 95 is an amazing rating. He's top 8, as you said earlier. We're still saying he's a top 8 player. I don't think we could put him into that top 3. And just so you know, Stephen A., the way that the ratings work is it's measured against all-time historic. So LeBron James in year 21 is a 95. The only 99 in the game, we're probably going to have one of LeBron's seasons as a 99 at some point, and probably Steph's unanimous MVP season is a 99 probably as well in the future. But the only one is 95, 96, Michael Jordan.
Well, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. So first of all, has anybody ever gotten 100? Number one. Anybody ever got 100? Nobody, right?
So the ratings used to be different where you could get 100. So Shaquille O'Neal is the only person that's ever got 100 in NBA 2K2.
Okay.
23 years ago.
If Michael Jordan was in his prime, would he have ever gotten 100?
I mean, he is the greatest of all time. I'm saying it right now.
Okay.
So
you're on. Wait a minute. So you're on the air.
Our ratings are.
You're on the air right now saying that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. You're on the air. You're on there right now on the Stephen A. Smith Show, confirming that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, not LeBron James.
Without question, Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. LeBron James might be the best player of all time. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? You know it.
What's the difference? Explain yourself. What's the difference?
The best player is the most athletically gifted and extending his career. The greatest is you watch the guy play, and there's no question in any era he would have been the greatest on the court. That killer instinct, taking over at the end of the game, Michael Jordan, 100%.
Right. I know that you talk about LeBron James and his athleticism and all this stuff, but I'm just saying, did you see the Last Dance? Did you see when John Sally sat up there and said the golden rule, you understand, for the Jordan rules was to attack him before he got airborne because you know he wasn't human, right? That's what John Sally said. So we just going to ignore that?
That doesn't happen in this era. They're all buddies. They all hang out. They're all like, they're not gonna hurt each other. They're not gonna attack each other in the air. It's a different league. Different league.
Last couple of questions. Last couple of questions before I let you go. Let's switch to the WNBA. We got Caitlin Clark. By the way, Kevin Durant deserved to be right up there with Steph Curry and LeBron James as well. But I digress. When you look at Caitlin Clark,
Katie. Katie's my favorite player in the league. Yeah.
No. When you look at the WNBA, you had Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese tied at the beginning. Now you elevated Caitlin Clark to a 91 from a 90, put her above Angel Reese. What took you so long?
I know.
What took you so long?
Those ratings, especially in the offseason, don't get bumped up as much, right? So they play in the window that we're launching. Absolutely. Caitlin Clark, I mean, crazy. She's a walking triple-double all of a sudden. Ever since that Paris break, she has been totally unstoppable. So, I mean, that rating's only going to go up from there. But the only 99 in the game is right here. That's the MVP. Asia Wilson. I agree with you, by the way, Stephen A. I saw you were saying that Caitlin should be in the MVP conversation. Forget Rookie of the Year, 100%. She's in the MVP conversation.
No question. She's in the MVP conversation. She's clearly the Rookie of the Year, but we all know there's only one Asia Wilson. She's the monster in WNBA and women's basketball, period. I think she's the best in the business. My last question to you is something that a lot of folks in the audience was asking. It was like, how the hell did a guy who was supposed to be a lawyer become the face of 2K basketball?
To be honest, I'm not sure, Stephen A. It's been 17 years. I've loved working in and talking about basketball for a career and getting to work for this video game that I used to be a competitive player at. Our team is tremendous. Like, we went from 1 million sales to being the lifestyle basketball brand of the world. And it's been such a fun ride, and we're only scratching the surface because basketball gives us so many opportunities. Right. And I'm really excited about the future of the franchise.
Ronnie, I lied to you. I got 2 more quick questions for you because I just remembered.
I'll
Russell
hang out with you all day, whatever you want.
Russell Westbrook is not in your top 100? Ouch.
I was surprised you hit me with that one earlier. I mean, it's tough. Like, that top level of players now, that top 100 is, would you agree, better than it's ever been? Like, we have so many.
Maybe. I just don't know.
It's crazy. What's that?
Maybe, but I can't put Russell Westbrook out of a top 100. I mean, he plays too hard. He's too feisty. He's too powerful. He's too athletic. I can't ignore him from the top 100. I can't do that.
It was a tough decision, but you look at that top 100, you're like, man, I don't know who we'd replace with him. We're gonna have to look at it again and assess.
Last but not least, man, I thought we were boys, man. I thought we were cool. I see Jalen Brunson here at number 13, but I don't see Julius Randle anywhere, OG Anunoby anywhere. I don't see anybody else from the New York Knicks. Where's the New York Knicks love? Where's the New York Knicks love, man?
I think the Knicks are, obviously had a monster season last year, probably underrepresented in the top 100, but it's going to be a fun season, and they're going to make some noise. They got a lot of chip on their shoulder because of those 2K ratings not representing them as much as they should have. So I'm with you, Stephen A. You got to get on that campaign. I'm sorry to have disappointed.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to. I'm still worried about them because I still think the 2 best teams in the East is Boston and Philadelphia. Now that Philadelphia's got Paul George, if him and Embiid and Maxey are all healthy, look out, because I thought Maxey should have been higher on your list as well.
I think Philadelphia's going to win the championship, to be honest.
Oh, wow. If they're healthy, I don't disagree with you. If they're healthy. But we all know that's asking for a lot from Paul George and Joel Embiid. Ronnie, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being on the show.
We'll talk soon. Really appreciate the time, buddy.
No doubt, buddy. Same here. Same here.